Okay, I think the topic is, I've been out for a few hours, so I can't quite remember, but I think it has something to do with George Bush, China, Olympics, and God. I mean, you can combine anything you want. I mean, you can say, how similar is George Bush to, what's the other Nazi guy name? Hitler. Well, about the same. But the point is, they're not the same as each other so much as they're the same as our classic hero and what people like to call our gross prophet and lawgiver, Mr. Moses. Of course, Mr. Moses wasn't real. He was a story. But you got to remember, these people didn't have any stories back then. And the storyteller was actually very close to the most important member of the tribe. The person who propagated the story was the one that it makes humans into a different thing. We used to be mad killer primates, and now we're becoming thinkers. And the storyteller, he is the beginning of that. And at the beginning of all this, of course, were our religious books, because the elite were the only ones who could read and write, and they were the only ones that propagated any kind of stories. And of course, they would propagate a story that would fit them. So a lot of our great books of the distant past, of what we call history and religion, are actually the most dangerous, because they are the most manipulative and the most vile. But on the other hand, is I dug out of a conversation today, words, liars can use words. There was a saying, statistics don't lie, but liars use statistics. It's the same thing with language. Language will overcome the liar. The liars right now have the most power. Like George Bush, he was one of the biggest liars. Of course, China is also regulated by liars. Every country in this world is regulated by liars. And the first thing we got to do is learn how to read en masse. Once the whole planet starts to read, the whole mindset changes, and the whole thing can be done in a few years. The whole world could change in a few years if it was our desire to change the world for the next step beyond. I mean, better or worse? Well, it can't get any worse. We've had war now for thousands and thousands of years. We've been mad killer primates before that. It can only get better. I mean, we started at the bottom. We started out as not even one-celled creatures, and the only thing mattered was food. And now we've got a little bit farther, and only thing that matters is mineral resources, wealth, murder, war, rape, which is still a lot more than it was. But now we've got to the point where we think, maybe we can do something even better, like become the creators. Start to create things instead of destroying things. Because once we become the creators and make things, then we will be, by definition, the gods. And then we can forget about this one true God lie, because the one true God lie has been made by dictators, because they want to say that they are the one true God representative, like the Pope. As if the Pope can talk to God, but you can't? Wrong. You can talk to God. Just call him up. He's in your head. Everyone has one. It's part of evolution. We're all beginner gods, and a lot of times your God will tell you bullshit, so be careful. Don't believe everything your head tells you. Believe nothing of what the media tells you. And commune with other people. It's the best way to filter out mistakes, is if more people get together and commune with different ideas, it starts to filter out the bogus, horrendous lies like our religion. If somebody tries to sell you Scientology, Christianity, or Judaism, sit down and talk to them, explain to them, man, you are so fucking wrong. And that's it for today. Have a nice one. And we'll be back really soon with something more cohesive, with something that hangs together.